Okay. So, welcome sa new video natin sa ating Ichimoku Kinko Hyo Definitive Masterclass. And for today, before we continue with more trading setups, I need to explain yung kumbaga mas traditional or mas tamang paggamit sa Ichimoku. Inuna ko yung pagturo ng Kyrie trading kasi hindi naman yon yung typical na pinagagamitan natin kumbaga ng Ichimoku. Primarily, Ichimoku is a trend following system. Okay? Yung pinakita ko before was just a different way to use it para kunwari tulad ngayon na hindi ganun kaganda ang market, may pwede pa rin kayong mga mahanap na trades kahit na wala siya within yung trend following parameters. Okay? So, from here on, I think the next few videos will be focused on this because we will be looking at yung mga key points or key parameters na dapat natin pinagsisimulan. Then we will be looking at how to use it across multiple time frames. Then we will be looking at how to look for setups per se. Then we will be looking for invalidations. So medyo marami yun. Hindi ako sure how many videos that's gonna take. But that's what we will be discussing for the next few weeks. Okay? So let's start. First things first. If price is within the Kumo, okay, automatic, walang trend following setup sa ganun. Okay, let's just get that out of the way. Regardless of where the Kijun-sen is, regardless of whether or not it's flat, regardless of where the Tenkan-sen or the Chikou span are, if price is inside the Kumo, lalo na kapag medyo may kakakapalan yung Kumo, okay, there just simply is no trend following trade. At least not on your trigger time frame. More on that when we talk about multi-time frame analysis. So, that's the first thing, no? So, let's say, kunyari ito, yung dito. So, dito yung ginagawa example for today. When price was here, there was no trade. What you also have to notice, outside of price being inside Kumo, remember when I said in a previous video that nag-intersect yung mga lines, that means ranging tayo? Diba? So, you see here, the Senko span A, Senko span B, Senko span B, Senko span A, the Chikou span, Kijun-sen, Tenkan-sen, they're all mixed up. Diba? That just shows range. Another way that you can check that is to see if kung flat ba overall yung clouds. Like so. That just means we're trading within a range. Okay? Now, did price go up here? Yes. But what eventually happened was it got pulled back here. So don't worry about, kasi dito na ganito na, blah, blah, blah. Okay? Don't focus on that. Focus on how price works. Focus on how price reacts. What price does in between is outside of your control. Hindi mo mapaplano yan. Okay? Kasi imagine, let's say that you're using a traditional Ichimoku na setup na nakikita nyo lagi sa internet, di ba? Oh, Kumo breakout, di ba? Kumo breakout, Tenkan-sen above Kijun-sen, Chikou span is above price, blah blah blah, di ba? You would have gotten cut out, you would have gotten stopped out here for little to no profit. Actually, baka nga negative ka pa with comms. Kasi you fell, you broke below Kumo, di ba? So it's important to read yung situation overall before you assess na, okay, I'm going to jump in. Which is something that we will discuss as we go along, no? So that's the first thing. If price is within Kumo, there is no trade. Next. Kapag sa PSE, okay, obviously you can apply what I teach sa Forex, crypto, whatever. But kapag sa PSE, if price is below Kumo, there is no trade. Okay? By default yun. So it doesn't matter kapag kasi mukhang nasa support. Wala. Okay? And again, I need to stress this. This is if you are trying to trade yung trend following. Okay? If yung carry trading hinahabol mo, iba yung usapan. Okay? Trend following setup is different, no? Trend following means you want a strong trend on your side before you enter into a trade, hoping that you can make money in the long run. Okay? It's not about short-term trades. It's not about quick bounces. So, if you are looking for a possible long-term trend to follow, then it stands to reason na kapag wala pa yung trend, i.e. if price is below Kumo, wala tayong trade. Okay? Now, you might be wondering, bakit yellow, red, and green yung kulay ko sa Kijun-sen, Tenkan-sen, and Chikou-span, no? This is just a personal preference. Okay? And the reason for that is I like marking out my lines na parang stoplight. Okay? Meaning, the red signifies kapag kailangan ko mag-stop. So, if Kijun-sen is above price, like so, okay? Or if price falls below Kijun-sen, like so, then it's something that I have to think hard about. Na kailangan na may stop button. Diba? Stop muna. May mali. Okay? Yung yellow line naman is just a ready sign. Diba? Parang kapag sa mga stoplight natin, pagka yellow, dapat ready ka na. Dapat either you're part way through para hindi ka na makaabala ng trapiko. Meaning, in this case, you're already in the trade. Or, kung you're not in the trade yet, or in our case, sa stoplight, kapag di ka pa nakakatawid, lalo na kapag major intersection, maghintay ka na. Diba? Kasi baka mahuli tayo. Same thing here. If you're already in the trade, and then the Tenkan-sen falters, flattens, or whatever, then it doesn't matter as much. But if you're not yet in the trade, diba? Then the Tenkan-sen acts as early warning. Okay? It doesn't act as my primary trigger. In fact, it doesn't affect a lot of my trades. But it's good to know na may early warning para lang napapaisip ka ng mas mabuti. Okay? Then, finally, kaya green yung Chikou-span. Okay? Siya yung pinaka-go signal ko. Chikou-span needs to be above the price or above the candles or free of the candles, meaning parang ganito may space. Okay? Or parang ganito, di ba? Yes, it's below the candles but merong space. Meron siyang pwede puntahan. Okay, I'm not saying that this is a trade here, ha? I'm just saying this is an example. Kaya ito yung pinili ko kasi alam ko may mga wide na gaps here and there para lang mapakapakita ko na mas mabuti nang hindi naduduling yung mga tao. Okay? So if there are gaps above yung Chikou-span, then that's my go signal na if there is a setup present, then it's something that I could consider taking. Okay? Kung mapapansin nyo sa carry trading, hindi ko gaano ginamit yung Chikou-span, and that's because we are just looking for mean reversions. Mean reversions meaning price has accelerated too far, too fast in one direction. So my expectation is may pullback na mangyayari kahit papano para mag-mean revert, para bumalik sa equilibrium. Diba? Kaya carry equals estrangement. But if you're following a trend, then you want that estrangement. You want that distance. You want that disengagement. Okay? So, important yung mga ibang lines and how they're looking, where they are, where price is in correlation to them, to be able to ascertain na, okay, we are in a trend. So, I explained yung what to look for to not trade. Okay? And that's one of the reasons why I like Ichimoku so much. It's because in one glance, okay, no pun intended, mabilis kong nakikita kung meron ba akong trade o wala. Okay? Kasi kahit na yung Kyrie trading, mabilis na siyang mapansin eh. Nakikita mo siya kapag ka nag-i-spaghetti yung price dun sa Kijun-sen, Tenkan-sen, and so on eh. Diba? But, even when it comes to trend following na strategies, mabilis pa rin makita. Oh, price is below Kumo. Matik, wag muna. Diba? Price is inside Kumo. Matik, wag muna. Okay? Am I saying na there are no trades to be taken? No, of course, there will always be exceptions. But by and large, you will save yourself a lot of heartache and a lot of headache, and you will save your wallet a lot of heartache kung iwasan mo na lang, lalo na sa simula, yung mga ganong klaseng trades. Okay? So, ano nga ba yung hinahanap natin? Ang hinahanap talaga natin is Sanyaku Koten. Okay? Now, I am not sure if this is the proper way it's spelled. Okay? But, alam ko lang kasi yung syllables in my head. Okay? So, it's Sanyaku Koten. Meaning, okay, this means 3 positive signs. Okay? So, when we say 3 positive signs, okay, that's these 3 lines here. Yung green, yung red, and yung yellow. Meaning, okay, you want Tenkan-sen above Kijun-sen. Okay? Then, you want Kijun-sen above Kumo, which in this case it is. And you want the Chikou span to be above price. Okay? Now, you can say na, dito nangyari din siya eh. Diba? Chikou span was above price. But, okay, Tenkan-sen and Kijun-sen started off within Kumo. Diba? You were still trapped within a range. Dito, the Kumo was rising up. So that's another positive signal, no? So let's just do that. First, Chikou span, above price. Okay? It doesn't necessarily have to be above Kumo, yung Chikou span, but it has to be above price. Above Kumo, added bonus. Okay? Then you want the Tenkan-sen and Kijun-sen above Kumo and price above both. Okay? You want them both to be above Kumo or at least very close to the Kumo. Yung kumbaga kung nasa Kumo man, yung nasa bandang upper end, so to speak. Okay? And then you want both to be so you want Tenkan-sen above Kijun-sen, then you want both above Kumo, and you want price to be above or around both. Meaning, kunyari ganito, nag-range sa Tenkan-sen. Normal lang yan eh. It happens. Okay? That's why I never use Tenkan-sen as a trail stop. It's too tight. Okay? So, that's next. Then you want the Kumo to start pointing up. Kumo angled up. Okay? Just let me remove yung volume lang para lang mas clear yung screen natin. Okay? Yan. So, Sanyaku Koten, 3 positive signs. Tenkan and Kijun above Kumo. Price above both. Mas maganda pa if both are pointed up. Okay? Like here. Kumo starts angling up. So dito, you're trapped within the range. Obvious na rectangle. Then Kumo starts angling up. That's why nahabol to eh. Diba? Kumo starts angling up. Then you want Chikou span to be above price, above the candles. Okay? Yun yung 3 positive signs na hinahanap natin sa Sanyaku Koten. Yun yung mga typical na beginnings ng mga pwedeng trend follow. Now, does it mean that when you see them, you immediately jump aboard? No. Okay? And that's something that we will discuss further in future videos. But I say this now because I encourage you to go back, Okay? Go look through charts over years and years, whether it's Forex, whether it's PSE, whether it's crypto or whatever. And start looking for these 3 positive signs. Kailangan kasi nasasanay yung mata. One of the things about Ichimoku is, lalo na sa simula, with all these lines, it can be a little confusing. Diba? But you need to train yourself para masanay kang hinahanap yung mga ganito. Diba? What do they look like when they occur? What do they look like when there's a continuation? Okay? Span above price. Kumu-pointed upwards. Kumu-pointed upwards. Diba? Kasi sabi ko, hindi ako papasok dito. So saan ako papasok? Diba? Likely on a pullback. Pag nag-pullback, ano yung mga signs na hinahanap ko? Diba? Ano yung mga signs na hinahanap ko? Patuloy yung trend sa Kumo. Pullback. Diba? Tenkan-sen above Kijun-sen. Okay, eto drawing ko lang. Wala pa to dapat eh. But, maybe there it is. Let's check, no? So, kunyari, sabihin natin, pumasok ka around here. 26 periods is here. So, wala pa. But you can see it's starting to angle upward. Diba? Chico span is above price. Okay, and again, let's just make sure na tama yung sinasabi ko. 26 bars. Chico span is above price. Ito yun. And so on, no? So, ganun yung mga hinahanap. So, I want you to take this assignment as a challenge for yourself din para masasanay ka to go and find yung mga 3 positive signs and then assess where they work, when they work, and when they don't work. Okay? I will be discussing more of that in future videos, but na-realize ko na it's important to see for yourself first. Go look for at least 20 of these things. Okay, minimum 20. Mas maganda kung 30, 50, mga ganun, 100. But we will discuss further sa future videos kung paano yung entry, ano yung mga hindi valid. But it's important to see it for yourself. Okay, it's important to see it for yourself para kapag dinidiscuss ko na siya, you can either say, teka, mali yan na, may nakita akong ganito ha, and then you can stop listening to me. Because it's important na hindi lang kayo naniniwala sa sinasabi ng isang boses over the internet. Ano ba naman alam ng boses na yun? I always encourage my students to always backtest lahat ng sinasabi ko to make sure na, I'm not pulling stuff out of thin air. It's important that you see for yourself na itong Sanyaku Koten is something that actually works. Is something that's actually valid rather than just believing someone who is nothing but a voice over the internet. Okay? And with that, okay, we'll end our lesson there for today. When we come back next week, I hope na lahat ng mga nanood was able to do their assignments. Kasi if you were able to do so, we mas madali yung mga pag-uusapan natin moving forward. Okay? And if not, if you're just catching up to this series, I highly encourage you to watch the videos that came before this. I will put the links to those videos in the description box below. Now, I hope na nakatulong sa inyo itong video na to. I hope you found this entire series instructive so far and helpful. And if so, I would really appreciate it if you give this video a like, okay, and consider subscribing to my channel. And as always, good luck and happy trading.